Dear finance professionals and students, welcome to podcast of FCA Deepak Rao, a practicing chartered accountant. Weekly digest for week 4 of August 2025. The government is considering a rupees 25,000 crore package for exporters under the Export Promotion Mission for financial year 2025 to 31. The proposal sent to the Finance Ministry's Expenditure Finance Committee focuses on affordable credit and support for MSMEs. It includes two schemes, Niryat Protsahan and Niryat Disha, covering credit support, trade finance, compliance, branding, logistics, and market development. India's listed real estate companies witnessed robust sales in the April to June quarter, reaching nearly rupees 53,000 crore, fueled by strong residential demand. Prestige estates led with the highest sales bookings, followed by DLF, Godrej Properties, and Lodha developers. These top 5 developers contributed significantly to the total sales, indicating a strong preference for branded players in the housing market. The banking sector's loan loss provisioning surged to a 3-year high in the June quarter, driven by increased provisioning from private sector banks. While private banks saw a significant rise, public sector banks reported a decline in provisioning. This increase was influenced by one-off provisioning events and policy changes at certain banks. Gaming platform Winzo on Sunday said it has entered the United States market with its short video content format, following its entry into Brazil in 2023. Winzo is among the Indian real money gaming companies that suspended its games involving money after the Indian government passed the Promotion and Regulation of Online Gaming Bill 2025, which bans such games. Venture capital firm Fireside Ventures is ramping up early stage investments, moving to back pre-product market fit or PMF and even pre-revenue startups through a co-investment model with other funds and value-add angels. The Bengaluru-based firm, which has traditionally focused on venture stage investments with notable investments in several consumer firms such as Honasa Consumer, Boat, Yoga Bar, and the Sleep Company amongst others, has already deployed capital in around 7 deals, with plans to complete 8 to 10 in its all via its third fund, Fund 3. India's banking, financial services and insurance or BFSI Global Capability Centers or GCCs are projected to grow from an estimated $40 to $41 billion in 2023 to $125 billion by 2032, according to a report by Quess Corp. The growth is being driven by increased investments in artificial intelligence, modernization of payment systems, and a heightened focus on cybersecurity. India currently hosts around 190 BFSI GCCs employing approximately 540,000 professionals, accounting for 25% of the country's total GCC workforce. The Goods and Services Tax Council is set to convene on September 3rd and 4th, with a significant agenda focused on reducing tax levies on a variety of goods and services. All food and textile goods could be in for a blanket shift to the 5% slab, which means all classification concerns involving these goods could come to an end. Among the proposed changes are substantial cuts to the GST rates on essential items such as cement and individual life and health insurance plans, which aims to alleviate financial burdens for consumers and streamline the tax structure. Stress is rising in micro, small and medium enterprises and vehicle finance. MSME borrowers with multiple loans are increasing. Portfolio at risk is also up for unsecured business loans. Micro MSME loan defaults are a concern for NBFCs. Smaller SME loans face growing stress. banks report more high-risk borrowers. Unsecured personal loan defaults are significantly higher than before. GMR's Delhi International Airport plans to raise Rs 1,000 crore through non-convertible debentures to refinance existing borrowings. These listed, rated, redeemable and unsecured 15-year bonds will offer an 18.75% coupon. The proceeds will primarily be used for refinancing obligations, addressing upcoming bullet repayments, and leveraging investor appetite for infrastructure paper. Global travel tech firm Oyo plans to file its draft red herring prospectus in November, eyeing a $7 to $8 billion valuation for its IPO. The company is expected to approach its board with the proposal next week. Oyo is working on the rollout of a new parent brand identity that will unify its expanding portfolio. Oyo is also actively exploring launching a separate app for its premium hotels and mid-market to premium company-serviced hotels, as the segment has seen exponential growth across India as well as its global markets. Public sector lender Bank of Maharashtra is working on plans for equity offering for indicative Rs 2,000 crore capital for meeting regulatory requirement to have public shareholding of 75% by August 2026. This would be done by reducing the stake of the Government of India, which currently stood at less than 80%. Smartphone brands face challenges in boosting festive season sales due to significant inventory buildup from the first half of 2025 and cautious retailer stocking. Companies like Xiaomi and Realme are offering incentives to clear older models, while Transsion adopts shorter product life cycles. The industry expects a flat festive period, with brands testing strategies amid financial constraints for some. Indian exporters are reeling from a significant trade blow as the US imposed a cumulative 50% tariff on key Indian goods effective August 27, 2025. This action, linked to India's Russian oil and defense equipment purchases, could slash Indian exports to the US by 43%, impacting sectors like textiles and seafood. Indian auto parts makers are grappling with a newly doubled 50% tariff on exports to the US, impacting $3.08 billion worth of goods. Companies are considering diversifying into other markets and shifting manufacturing to locations like Mexico to mitigate the tariff's effects. India's largest IT services company, Tata Consultancy Services, has created a new AI and service transformation unit. The new AI unit will integrate all the existing teams and capabilities in artificial intelligence and work closely with all other horizontal service units as well as industry business groups. India's textile hubs in Tirupur, Surat and Noida have halted production after the US imposed a 50% tariff, threatening $72,000 crore in exports. Exporters warn of mass layoffs, global market share loss to Vietnam and Bangladesh, and seek urgent government relief and diplomatic intervention. About 55% of India's US-bound shipments, worth $47 to $48 billion, are now exposed to pricing disadvantages of 30 to 35%, rendering them uncompetitive in comparison to competitors from China, Vietnam, Cambodia, Philippines, and other Southeast and South Asian countries. Indian automobile and electronics dealers are being careful before the festive season. They anticipate a goods and services tax cut. Dealers are limiting inventory to protect working capital. Mahindra & Mahindra advises dealers to stock only fast-selling items. The GST Council may meet in September to finalize new rates. Consumers are delaying purchases, awaiting potential price drops. Suzuki plans a significant investment of rupees 7,000 crore in India. This investment will occur over the next 5 to 6 years. The company will begin lithium-ion battery cell production for hybrid cars. Maruti Suzuki intends to export its electric SUV, the e-Vitara. The e-Vitara will be shipped to 100 countries. Production will take place at the Gujarat plant. Jana Small Finance Bank has initiated a process to merge its non-operative financial holding company into core investment company to create a leaner structure, even as the bank is awaiting Reserve Bank of India's decision on its universal bank license application. Jana Capital is the core investment company which promoted Jana Holdings as the non-operative holding company to hold the promoter stake in the small finance bank. Jana Capital holds 100% in Jana Holdings, which in turn holds 21.88% in the bank. The Securities and Exchange Board of India is undertaking significant reforms to enhance market integrity, facilitate large initial public offerings, and strengthen investor protection against manipulation and fraudulent practices. The regulator has floated a consultation paper proposing to extend the deadline for achieving 25% public shareholding to 10 years for exceptionally large companies. Currently, companies must meet this requirement within 5 years of listing. This relaxation will make large IPOs, such as that of the National Stock Exchange, more feasible. Indian professionals' adaptability to diverse work cultures is propelling India's growth as a global capability center hub. This cultural flexibility encompassing communication styles and business practices is highly valued by multinational companies. Cross-cultural training and overseas assignments are crucial strategies for fostering this adaptability, creating stronger, more collaborative global teams. India may become the world's second largest economy in purchasing power parity terms by 2038, with a projected GDP of $34.2 trillion, according to a report by EY. This assertion by EY is based on IMF projections. Among the largest economies, India stands out with a median age of 28.8 years in 2025, the second highest savings rate, and a government debt to GDP ratio projected to decline from 81.3% in 2024 to 75.8% by 2030, unlike its peers where debt levels are rising. Indian gem and jewelry exporters are seeking a bailout package due to Trump's 50% tariffs on Indian goods impacting a key market. The industry is requesting financial support for diversification, interest deferment, and SEZ reforms. Facing a 32% export decline already, a further 75% drop is feared, leading to layoffs in Surat's diamond sector. Sumitomo Mitsui Banking Corp or SMBC will invest 16,000 crore rupees in Yes Bank. The investment will be through equity and debt. This will strengthen Yes Bank's balance sheet. SMBC will also acquire a 20% stake in the bank from existing shareholders. The deal awaits regulatory approvals. This move is expected to improve Yes Bank's financial standing. Rakesh Gangwal's attempt to reduce his stake in Indigo faced a setback as the share sale size was reduced to 7.56 million shares, raising about $501 million, less than the initially planned $800 million. Concerns about potential US tariffs impacting economic growth arose. Indigo shares experienced a 5.3% drop following the deal. Temasek, Singapore's state-owned investor, is undergoing a significant restructuring to adapt to the evolving global landscape. The firm, managing $434 billion portfolio, will transition from its existing investment structure to 3 distinct entities. This reorganization, the largest since 2011, aims to enhance its strategic focus and operational efficiency. National Aluminium Company Limited or NALCO is set to invest rupees 30,000 crore in the next 5 years to expand its capacity, focusing on smelting and power generation. The PSU plans to add 1 million tons of aluminium refining capacity by June next year in Angul, increasing its total capacity to 3.1 metric tons. The Securities and Exchange Board of India has announced a relaxation and harmonization of the timelines for submitting half-yearly net worth certificates by stockbrokers. As per the revised framework, stockbrokers must now submit their net worth certificates twice a year within the newly prescribed timelines. The certificate as on March 31st is to be submitted by May 31st, while the certificate as on September 30th must be submitted by November 15th. This change provides brokers with adequate time to compile and furnish accurate information. Advanced manufacturing-focused venture capital firm A99, formerly known as Artha 99, is raising its third fund with a target corpus of $100 million. The firm has already received soft commitments for $30 million and will actively start raising in the next few months. The firm, which hopes to start writing checks from Fund 3 from April 2026, is looking to back early-stage companies that range from pre-Series A to pre-Series B startups, with checks sizing ranging from Rs 20 crore to Rs 80 crore. A US appeals court decided that President Donald Trump did not have the power to impose widespread tariffs. The court largely supported a previous decision. It stated Trump could not declare national emergencies to tax imports from almost every country. However, the court allowed the administration time to appeal to the Supreme Court. This complicates Trump's trade policy plans. RBL Bank's board on Friday approved a proposal to raise funds up to Rs 6,500 crore by issuing equity and debt securities. The company will issue shares worth Rs 3,500 crore via a qualified institution's placement mode in one or more tranches, while raising another Rs 3,000 crore by issuing debt securities on private placement basis also in one or more tranches. Reliance Retail Ventures plans to invest Rs 40,000 crore over 3 years to establish integrated food parks across India, aiming to become the country's largest consumer goods company. Reliance Consumer Products has already achieved Rs 11,500 crore in annual revenue and is consolidating consumer brands. Reliance Industries on Friday said it will expand its partnership with Google Cloud to build an AI-focused cloud region in Jamnagar, designed to run demanding AI workloads across Reliance businesses. The oil-to-telecom conglomerate will design, build, and power the facilities, while Google Cloud will bring next-generation Gen AI compute and a fully integrated AI stack, Reliance said in a statement. Elevation Capital, which has backed companies including food tech giant Swiggy and travel aggregator MakeMyTrip, has launched a late-stage vehicle, Elevation Holdings. The new vehicle is expected to have a target corpus of $400 million and is looking to invest in 10 to 15 companies with check sizes ranging between $20 million and $50 million. Stockbroking and wealth management platform Grow has secured approval from the Securities and Exchange Board of India to launch its initial public offering, paving the way for one of the largest fintech listings in the country. The Bengaluru-based firm plans to raise up to $1 billion through the share sale, which could value the company between $7 billion and $8 billion.
This podcast is sponsored by Sound of CA. We share because we care. Vande Mataram, Jai.